episode of Heart of the Dragon. So, this week we have gone to Kansas. It's about a 10-hour drive. Yippee.
Mm-hmm.
So we have gone to Kansas because her aunt died, and we came for her funeral and to see our family here.
So anyway, I was born and raised in Northeast Kansas, and small family and small area, and I moved away after graduating. Right after graduating college, I moved away, where I eventually married and had my family up in Wisconsin. And it was always important to me to see my family when I could, but after I contracted Lyme disease, when it got to its worst point about 7-8 years ago, it made traveling really difficult. There was a long period of time of about 7 or 8 years that we had limited time with family. When we could travel, it was very, very hard on me. So for instance, on my 40th birthday, we were going to spend it in Kansas because it was around Thanksgiving time. And I ended up having a major relapse with Lyme disease, and I was bedridden and very ill, and so I was very grieved that I missed that. And there's just been a lot of times those things have happened. Now my aunt, Cathleen Reed, she was one of my 2 aunts in this area, Nina and Kathleen. They were my mom's brother's wives, and we've spent a lot of time with their family through the years. And with Kathleen and Dale and their children, Cody and Kitty, and their grandchildren, the last time I had seen any of them was when my youngest was probably about a year old, and he's 9, so it was about 8 years ago. And that was right before I got really, really sick, because at that point I had vertigo but did not know exactly what was causing it. I didn't realize it was Lyme disease. And so there are just a lot of times where I couldn't travel, or if I did, it was just so hard on me that I didn't end up seeing family. And so, about a month ago, I got a call that my aunt, Kathleen, who is just a very sweet lady, very much loved, she was a nurse, that was did a lot of good for people, that she had fallen and had a spinal injury. And I was very just sad about it, and I sent her a card and said, I need to see you. I just had this really strong urge to come and see her and her family, because I thought, gosh, it's been 8 years, and that's such a long time. And it had just been my goal to, in the last few years, I really have tried multiple times to come and see family. So I thought, okay, we're going to do it this summer. And sadly enough, it didn't happen, because she passed away before I had a chance to plan the trip, and it just kind of worked out that way. And it just made me think a lot about how important family is, and about how many things that we take for granted. I mean, when I think about how many times I took my family for granted, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, even my parents and my sister and their kids. I mean, when you're well and life is good and you're busy and things happen, you just don't think about what it would be like if you lost all that. Or you don't think about how short life is, and how you just never know what tomorrow's going to bring. And so I just had a lot of thought about that. As we traveled up to Kansas this week, I thought about it, just all the memories I had with my aunt and my uncle and my cousins, Cody and Kitty, and all the fun, crazy times we had growing up. It's just great growing up in a small town, and they grew up in a little area by Holton, Kansas, and there's a town called Soldier, and it's just this very tiny little town, but it was such a neat place to grow up. And it's where my mom grew up, because it was very rural farm area, a lot of creeks, and we used to just have a great time, and all those memories came back. And I think that's what happens when someone gets sick, or they get injured, or they pass away. You begin to realize how much you love your family, and you tell your family more how much you love them. So I just want to encourage people to remember how short life is, and you just never know how much time you have left. So tell the people in your life how much you love them. Don't take them for granted. Spend that extra time with them. And if you have a falling out with a family member, or there's someone that you haven't spoken to, if there's any way that you can make amends with them, ask for the forgiveness, forgive them, just please do it, because life is short, and when they're gone, you can't bring them back. And so that's just something I really thought about. And I just want to honor my Aunt Kathleen today and just let her know and her family know how much I do love her and her family, and how thankful I am for all the great things she's done as a nurse. When my mom, about 14 years ago, she had an incident where she was sick and she ended up in the hospital, and Kathleen was there for her, and she made sure that she got the best care possible in the hospital, and she called me and made sure I knew exactly what was going on, and I just really appreciated that, because you don't know how hard it is when you're away from your family and you feel helpless when something like that happens. It's devastating. And she also took good care of her grandma, my mom's mom, Grandma June. When June had to be put in a nursing home, my aunt made sure that she was well taken care of. She made sure she got the best care possible, and she went to all her conferences and talked to the nursing staff and was on top of her medications and everything. And she was just a really important part of Grandma's later years. So I just wanted to say how much I appreciate Kathleen and all that she's done for her family, and we just want to honor her and remember her. And so that's really all I have to say today. And I just wanted to remember what a gift life is and how great family is. And just remember that. Treasure your family members. Hug your children. Tell your parents and your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, how much you love them.
If you liked this episode today, please be sure to hit the subscribe button below and then hit the notification bell so that you can continue to follow us as we go on our journey. And yeah.
Thanks for
See you
watching,
later.
and we'll see you again soon.